SportsBit is powered by BetOnline, driving the opening odds market since 2001. Visit sportsbookreview.com to learn more about BetOnline and its A+ rated platform in the link below.
Good morning, live from Las Vegas, recorded live from Las Vegas. It's Teddy Covers on a Tuesday. Welcome to SportsBit Betting Insight today from SBRpicks.com. Loaded show today. We got bowl previews. We got deep dive with Dave Mason from BetOnline. But as we do every day, we're going to start with the bad beats, bad bets, and bad results for the books, which means we're going to start with Monday Night Football. The sharp shops got beaten up last night. The square shops, not so much. But the sharp shops, man, the Dolphins, they were plus 12 at the open, closed at 10, plus 10 at Penny, Chris, South Point, 10.5. In most places, the wise guys all over Miami plus the points. The Dolphins cash in on the money line. New England, they looked old. They looked tired. You can understand why. We're in a stretch of 5 road games in 6 weeks, including a trip to Mexico during that span. And, oh, by the way, they've got a matchup with the number 1 seed on the line for the AFC against the Steelers next week. Clearly, New England was flat. Look at this tweet from ESPN Stats and Info. The Patriots finished with 2 total yards in the first quarter. That's their fewest yards of offense in an opening quarter in 282 games started by Tom Brady, regular season and playoffs. And look, Miami didn't shut the door on New England last night. They left the door open for the Patriots to make one of their fourth quarter rallies. Didn't happen. The Patriots finished 0 for 11 on third downs. And, of course, Jay Cutler saved his best game of the year. I think it was his best game of the year. I'm trying to think when I saw Cutler play better. Hasn't happened a lot. Let's put it that way. Cutler getting the job done for Adam Gase and company and the Dolphins with the big win on the money line as double-digit dogs against the Patriots. And, of course, total-wise, a lot of sweat at the end of the game. The Patriots settling for the field goal instead of scoring the touchdown. Not a good result for over players. Let's talk bad beats. And there was one last night, certainly. If you had Golden State minus the points, especially if you bet them late, the Warriors, a ton of money against Golden State. Portland bet from plus 11.5 down to plus 8. The Blazers lost by only 7. So it was a bad beat for anyone that had the Warriors. And it was bad for the books with a deluge of Portland money. The Warriors in control of that game. They were in control through the first 3 quarters. They led by 24 with a minute left in a third. They still led by 11 with 30 seconds left. How does the final sequence play out? Tip in, turnover, layup at the buzzer. Golden State wins by only 7. That's tough for Blazers backer. Kevin Durant, with Curry and Green out. Of course, that's what all the money was the injuries for Golden State. Durant has accepted a bigger role with that team. He's been a monster. But remember, when we're talking about injuries reduce the depth. So it's not as easy to close out a game when your better reserves have moved into the starting lineup. Truly a bad bet. And I had, it wasn't even like this game took a ton of money, but I had to talk about it real quick. Northwestern was minus 27 in college hoops last night against Chicago State. The halftime score was 55-8. The final score was 96-31. I don't know if anyone had Chicago State out there, but I'll tell you what, that was a wrong side. That was a bad bet. Bad for books. The Bulls took money last night, plus 7.5 to plus 5. The under took money and a bunch of money, plus 198.5 down to 193.5. And mostly that was a Kyrie Irving sitting out for Boston move, but that was a blow-up. Chicago wins 108-85. Don't look now, but the Bulls have won 3 in a row since their 3-20 opening. This is the best I've seen Chicago play by far so far this season. When you have a bottom feeder that starts stepping up, sometimes those are teams worth riding for a little while when it comes to mid-season NBA. Bad bet, the Rockets. Houston bet up from minus 12.5 to minus 14. Most of that no Anthony Davis for the Pelicans. They won by only 7. And, it baffles me. We've seen this NBA story 100 times, 1,000 times. The team comes back off a good road trip. They only have one game to prepare. And guess what? That first game back, they're a little bit flat. They underperformed. The Rockets did get the win, number 10 in a row. More assists than shots from James Harden last night. 17 assists, only 16 shots. Clint Capella, 13 of 14, 28 points in under 24 minutes of play. Rockets get the win. They do not get the cover. I want to talk about this. It was a headline on ESPN real quick, and I wanted to talk about the survivor pool, the Ron and Mike's football pool with $2.5 million. That's a pool that, it's an East Coast pool. They've heard of it here in Vegas. Let's put it that way. So I can understand why it would attract some type of attention. But guess what? The federal agents, they seized the pool, the survivor pool, and what they did and what the feds do in these spots, they seized the money. Okay, this has nothing to do with gambling. This has nothing to do with punishing people who are involved in a survivor pool that doesn't hurt anybody. It has everything to do with our nation's civil forfeiture laws and the police and the Justice Department able to take this cash and keep it. $2.5 million swiped out of the pockets from bettors. The feds get to keep all that money. Remember that the next time you go to the voting booth if you're serious about sports betting. When we come back, what do we got? The Idaho Bowl? You betcha. That's not all. Just the beginning of bowl season right here on Sportsbet. Betting Insight today from SBRpicks.com.
Hello, SBR YouTube followers. I am JoJo, and before you go, I want to let you know about our new college football contest. As we all know, bowl season is right around the corner. And to add to that excitement, we are announcing our $15K College Bowl Handicapping Showdown. We are going to be awarding amazing prizes, and members from all over the world can join in on the fun. Join our forum, follow us on social media, and remember to share and like this video. I've been your host, JoJo, and until next time, thanks for watching.